You join me as I come to the end of my 4th week of marathon training using the Runna app on hard mode. That's where I go into the app, crank all the difficulty up to the maximum, and then see if I can hold on. Last week almost broke me. We just held on. For week 4, Runna has bumped up the easy mileage, hence this Sunday long run, 28k. Well, it was scenic, now it's just kind of overgrown and nettly. And it also implemented some longer reps within the 2 speed sessions. So this week the highlights were those speed sessions. The first, I rearranged things and put it on Wednesday, as I felt I needed my fellow club mates to get me through mile repeats. 5 by 1 mile today with 2-minute rests. We really don't want to go out too fast on the first couple of reps, otherwise it will be an absolute misery. So hopefully by the end we see a kind of progression, getting faster and faster. But yeah, I've changed things up. It's not first thing in the morning at the minute, it's actually 7 o'clock at night. So it's track day for Black Pair joggers, so even though I won't be doing their workout, I will have some company. Oh yes, and I'm also wearing my Christmas pair of Takumi Sen 10s. Christmas pair, and what are we, just about to hit August. So let's give these a go. Big fan of the 9s. So these are the 10s. I got a little bit confused at the end there. My watch was beeping saying I was going too fast. I thought the rep had ended, so a bit of a funky end. But yeah, we hit that last rep hard, finished fast, so yeah, can't really fault it. Kind of the perfect session. As grim as mile repeats are, when you execute like that, gives you some confidence. This bit's always a bit more technical than I remember. Don't want to be doing marathon pace along here, but we're on an easy run. So we're venturing out from Worcester, heading to Droitwich for a nice loop. 2 days after the track session, I was up early, ready to do another speed session. So let's join a tired, softly spoken Mac, who, if I'm honest, wasn't really feeling it. Fairly simple today, 3k, 2k, 1k. We best get going. Average pace for the first one, 4:25 AM. I think I underestimated today. Still a bit of fatigue from a couple of days ago, but well, we're still going to hit the base. So less moaning, more running. One more K to go. I'm going to add a bit of hill to this one, a bit of incline, just because I really want to suffer apparently, but we'll see how it goes. That probably looked flat on camera. We hit it. Good session. Good session. I wasn't feeling it, but we got it done. And you're not going to be feeling it halfway through a 5k, halfway through a 10k, last third of a half, last 10k of a marathon. You are not feeling it. So training in that kind of mindset, getting it done regardless, it does come in useful. What a joy that canal was. I feel like I could have stayed on there all day. As tempting as it was, head to Tardy Big, on to Birmingham. Not today, Mac. Today we've got 28k on the plan. So Worcester to Droitwich to Worcester, a nice loop. And I was surprised today because Runna gave me all easy miles. So no marathon pace. I was very shocked actually because last week we had 11k marathon pace and I thought it was going to give me a bit more today. I've actually found out it's saving it for next week. Week 5 is going to be a true test. So if you enjoy seeing me suffer, both in the speed sessions and then that marathon pace session, don't worry, it's coming soon. But before all that, I've been using the Runna app for another week, unsponsored, paid for it myself, and so I've got some thoughts, some pros and cons for this week. Positive thoughts on Runna then. I have mentioned this before, but I think it deserves another shout out for this week. The ability to rearrange runs has saved me this week, just changing around my speed days from Tuesdays and Thursdays to Wednesdays and Fridays really helped me. And it is so quick to sync with Garmin, which I'm super impressed by, because when I make changes to Garmin, sometimes 12 hours later, when I start my run in the morning, the workout hasn't edited, hasn't changed. So I don't know how Runna does that, but it's definitely a good thing. Another positive that I found is the intervals tempo on track setting, which essentially disables the GPS measurement for track sessions and it turns it to the lap button instead. So essentially, while you're doing a track run, if you've got it set to GPS, the 1 kilometer, for example, rep might come early. You might have only ran 950, so the rep will end, but you've not yet crossed the kilometer point, which can be frustrating. Obviously it's not accurate, so you can change that setting, and then it's all down to you pressing the lap button. You press it as you cross the line to start the rep, and then you press the button again as you cross the kilometer point or whatever rep you're doing. So if you're looking for a super accurate session, there is that setting. Now for the not so good stuff. Super nitpicky first point, but you know those mile repeats I did on Wednesday? They were actually 1600s. The workout on my watch, 1600s, but they called it mile repeats. Super nitpicky, I know. My other criticism for this week may be a little controversial, but Runna, from what I've been able to tell, and I've searched around, doesn't implement double run days. There's no double easy, no double threshold, no easy morning, threshold afternoon, no double runs at all. For someone like me who thinks there's such exceptional value in double runs, especially while trying to up the easy mileage, which Runna doesn't seem as concerned about, the whole 80-20 split, for example, it's a bit disappointing to see just one run every day. I'd love to know if that's a technical limitation of the app, or if the Runna coaches don't really see much value in double runs. But yeah, just a bit disappointing to see. If I was doing my plan, I'd be double running, twice a week at least, just to really push the easy mileage, fit it around work, and just lessen that overall accumulated fatigue. And with that, week 4 is completed. Join me again next week for week 5 with Runna on hard mode. It's looking especially spicy. Until then, happy running and bye-bye.